record. Okay, so as you noticed, up to now, I've been doing it according to the parsha. And yesterday, and I prepared a little bit on the parsha Chayesara. But then I realized that I'm putting this publicly on my YouTube channel, which means that up to now I always did it for people who paid or whatever, and now it's for public. So people might not see the messages if they just think it's for that week. So I'm not going to sort of down not mention it so much. I will put in the parsha a little bit in, but what I'm really going to be doing more is about the situation and being strong about the situation. And did I record? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did record. Yes.
Yeah, it's in the top corner there. Yep.
Okay. So what we are going to do for the next while is really strengthen our prayers and sending through our prayers, through our hands, through our energy, that we can connect and send our prayers to others as channels of divine light. And I don't know if you saw Rav Daniel Katz's shiur last week. He does now every week. And what we're doing, there's the warriors of the Giborim, the soldiers, and we are, let's say, the warriors, like the soldiers of light. By our prayers, by our connecting, we have a lot of spiritual work to do, and we should not think that we have nothing to do and just be passive. That is not it at all. We are totally can be very active every day, a few times a day, is sending good energy, and that is basically what we are going through now. Is we're doing, as Rav Shlomo Katz explained today, and we've been learning on the Chevlei Mashiach. The time of Mashiach is here. Here it is, the time of Chevlei Mashiach, the times of birth pangs, and it's very difficult. And if everybody could just mute, so I don't mind later, we can talk later. That we are now feeling deeply the transition from the 75 years of building the country, the Eretz Yisrael, as the physical nation. We came out of Galut. We came out of, the Holocaust. We built our country. And we have a fantastic army and a fantastic economy and high-tech society. But now it's the second stage. Why did Hashem give us this holy land, which is to be a light unto the nations, a spiritual guide, a spiritual be holy nation? And we are going now to be demanded, each one of us, as we feel the pain, as we feel the difficulty, we are now feeling what it means to be connected to Hashem more than ever. Because they're not only fighting the soldiers for Israel, they're fighting the soldiers are fighting for Am Yisrael all over the world, and for Hashem. The amount of tefillin and the tzitzit of secular soldiers are phenomenal. The amount of, and we're like Israel before Mamad Har Sinai, when we see the Torah, we are one people, we're one nation, one heart, which we wouldn't have thought a month ago. It was like impossible. But we are people above Mi'ala Teva. So that's why we have the responsibility to do what we came into the world to do, which is to bring Hashem's consciousness and Hashem's divine consciousness into the world. And so this is now the final battle, the dark, the evil versus the good. And we are little students of Jewish meditation, have a really important role to bring and be channels of divine light. And that's why I feel very privileged to be able to give away this material, because this is what we as Jewish women can do more than anything. Because we come from very good stock, which is we come from the holy mothers and of Sarah and Rivka, who brought in so much because of their soul level, or such a high level of holiness and light. We received the DNA from Sarah and Rivka, and also from of course, Rachel and Leah. But today, this parasha, we're talking about Chaya Sarah, of their ability to feel Hashem's presence, His nochachut, his consciousness. They were in that state from the morning until the night. They didn't need Jewish meditation. They were in His presence, and therefore we can connect to their holy light and remember that we are the daughters of Sarah and Rivka. I myself am called Dalia but Sarah, so I really feel that I'm connected in a very, my spiritual source, my root soul is from Sarah. And therefore I feel privileged to bring this over today and to share with you what we have an opportunity now to bring this holy light of Sarah and Rivka. So the Shekhinah, when Sarah died, that's the whole thing. She lived every moment, 100 years, 20 years, 7 years. She lived every day in the presence of Hashem. But when she died, the Shekhinah left. And so the Shekhinah, the divine presence of Hashem, returned after 3 years, and Rivka came back into the tent. And the clouds of glory, what are the clouds of glory? Is all the presence around the holy divine, like we felt during Sukkot, that divine presence of the Shekhinah was the Sukkah, interesting that we had this, well, the Sukkah was this a month ago. We were still hadn't dismantled our sukkahs. You see a lot of sukkahs aren't dismantled yet. And this is the clouds of glory, which means that Sarah Imenu gave us 3 mitzvot as women. The clouds of glory, which have become known to the Jewish purity, that we keep separate, and that we have times when we're close to our husbands, and tzniut and modesty. All this is represented from candles lit from Shabbat to Shabbat. Then we have that's the clouds of glory. Then the second mitzvah is the candles were lit from Shabbat to Shabbat. They weren't extinguished. So from here we know that we are one of the second mitzvah that we are is to light Shabbat candles, and therefore, and lighting candles in Tzadikim's names, and our kavanot it's the most potential, with tremendous potential for spiritual unity and bring is through when we light the candles. So please, no, don't do it just quick. Take your time when you light the Sabbath candles to pray for all the soldiers in Am Yisrael and for all your personal family and everything. Take your time, feel the presence of Shabbat coming in, because we inherited from Sarah and me. And then the fresh challah the whole week. She would make challah and would last the whole week. So hafashah is the third mitzvah we were given. Now, I don't know if any of you realized or saw the video of this beautiful mother whose daughter was in hostage, and she prayed in hafashah challah, and she was made such an impression on Am Yisrael, because even in the deepest Gehinnom, the hell that she was in and not knowing, she had the emunah to say, Ani ohevet otcha Hashem, I love you, God. Where did this come from? And even one of the Knesset members was on the Knesset, one of the most important things that would ever happen, that she was jealous of this Knesset member said she was jealous of this power of this woman who who had faith in Hashem, emunah amuka, with Hashem, even though, and that was the time of Hafashah Kala. So again, if you are, I will send you the link today or tomorrow. This every week they're going to do 240 Hafashah Chalot for the sausages. So if you do Hafashah Chala and you do that mitzvah, then I will send you how to be part of this campaign as well. Now Rivka was looked the same as, this is from the Zohar 248, that she looked like Sarah. So they say, when Sarah died, then Rivka was born. So she could have been her Gigul, the Zohar says. She could have been even her as a part of a neshama. We don't know, but that's what the Zohar says. She made her holiness in her tent. In Sarah's tent, it was known for chesed, for holiness, for loving, for proselytizing to the one God, to all the women. So first there had to be this holy tent of Sarah, from which then we understand that the Mishkan, the Ohel Moed, was a miniature tent, or like a bigger tent of Sarah Imenu, who brought in this Kedusha, and of course Avram as well. So that we know this became a symbol for holiness, the Bet Mikdash, etc. So this is our job, to bring as much as possible into our lives, into our homes, the holiness of Sarah's tent. And that's we do by our prayers now, and from our mitzvot that we do, and that we have the potential to connect to the tzaddiket of Sarah and Rivka, and of course Rachel and Leah. But today this parasha is to connect to this potential we have in ourselves, in our DNA, in our spiritual DNA from Sarah and Rivka. So today, I'm going to go next one. Okay. Today we're going to now concentrate on how we connect, which in Hebrew is Hitkashrut, Hitkasher, is connection. And we sending our prayers of light, of holiness, of love to all our soldiers, people we know, soldiers we know ourselves, like my son, Yishai ben Dalia, Gabriel ben Dalia, and Sharia ben Hanassar, and all the other people that we know. We will ask everybody to say their names. And for all of Am Yisrael, not only in Israel, but also we need energy to hold Am Yisrael, because anti-Semitism is becoming to be horrendous. And they need to come back home. They need to come back here where they'll be safe. But that's a whole other issue. But at least we will pray for all Am Yisrael through our koach, for our energy, from our belief that we have the power to send out good energy to all the soldiers, the hostages, and to all Am Yisrael everywhere. And that is the subject of today. So what is the purpose of Hitkashrut? Is bonding, and is to connect to the essence, the soul, the energy, the feelings of a place or thing that you do anyways, but usually you feel, if you go into a room, you feel the energy. You can feel if it's place it's sad. If it has good energy, you feel people, radiate their energy to their homes, so you can feel that. And there, we have to understand it's our thoughts. We have the choice of our thoughts always. And that's what the Baal Shem Tov taught us, as I repeat many times, you are where your thoughts are. So if we think positive and bind our nishamot and our thoughts to people, to soldiers, then we are binded. We're all bounded and connected to them. And therefore, then we can be a channel. So we are a channel to the healing energy and the protective energy, and bring it through our hands, through our thoughts, through our energy. And that's what we'll do today. Because kesher, the word hitkashrut comes from the word kesher, which is kesher means connected to the unity of the truth. And the opposite, if we change the word around is sheker. If we're not connected, then we're connected to falsehood or disconnection. And so we want to be connected to truth, which is Hashem's truth of oneness in the world and holiness in the world. We're asked to do this work now more than ever. This is our job. Okay. So there's a problem of doing Hitkashrut. Why don't we do Hitkashrut? Because you can't just, you have to be in a certain need to access dat. And the people who don't know what dat is, that means settle mind. You can't do this work if you're all over the place, if you're full of negative energy, if you're full of negative thoughts or emotions. You can't be a true channel. So we have to calm our mind, settle our mind, and nullify our ego. That you don't think of yourself. You think you let it go. You let go your ego state, your neshama be'emi, to remove the blockages. They're preventing me from connecting to other people. So we need to access that and Yishuv dat, which is, as we've been doing the past few weeks, is silencing the mind. What am I thinking? Because there's two kinds of the consciousness. The expanded consciousness, when we feel connected to Hashem, and what's called mochin de gadlut, and the other is mochin de kadnut, which is restricted consciousness. So we need to get out of a restricted feeling, poor me, victimized, and feeling connected and empowered by the gift of Emunah, as this beautiful woman was connected, and from her tefillah that came from the heart, her daughter was chosen to come home as the soldier who came home because she believed Hashem was good and she knew it was good, it was going to be okay. So that is our power. We take that one prayer made Rash B'Shamayim, so that we have to feel when we're connected, feel the goodness of Hashem. Our prayers have value and are effective and are powerful. So we're always connecting and bonding. Most of the time we're connecting and bonding to the telephone, to the news. So we have to be careful. We don't connect too much, because then you'll be in depression and sadness and everything. We have to lift us. You'll have to know what's going on. I'm not saying that, but to be careful, give yourself, how would I say, boundaries. How often do I watch? How do I watch? Don't watch videos. Don't watch all that stuff. So you have to be very careful so we don't collapse into our ego state, into our victim state and sadness. So the rule of Jewish meditations, we can choose and believe. We can always choose what we want to believe, to connect to, and believe. We have to believe we are connected. If we don't believe we're connected, then we won't be connected. If you don't believe you're going to connect to your soldier son with your hands, with your feelings, with your emotions, with your brachot, then you won't. But if you believe that I am connected now, it's called koach hamoshech. It's called the law of attraction. You are where you think, where you pull down through your power of prayer. You pull down that powerful energy. Okay, I'm trying to go on to the next one. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to connect to the Hitkallalut, the interconnection. So that means we as a group of women in our group, we have much more power when there's a group. So you could do it by yourself, but in these classes, we have a collective elevation and potent feeling. That's why men pray in a minyan, because the whole, how many, I don't know how many we are here today, but we also can connect with the people who are going to be watching. There are minyan as 10 has much more powerful shlemut, wholeness, than by yourself. And therefore, we also want to increase the understanding, empathy, and compassion for the animate and inanimate, from the different worlds, from the world of mineral and plants and animals that are suffering now, and many people in the world who are suffering now. We need to connect to the tzaddikim and to the holy people. So we receive the guidance and healing. So we're going to attach and connect to the power of our tzaddikim, of our tzaddikot, so that we can go up with their help to the different olamot tzaddikim and Hashem. Hitkashrut is psychic interconnectedness, is that we are included and interconnected with them. And from that we know to give and receive, we're all one. We're all one now. We feel everything. We're interconnected. We're all psychically bonded now, never before. So we have the capacity to bind our conscience to others, to bring healing to their mind and body and conscience. The people are so much in trauma now. The people that went through that, it's terrible. So, but we have to feel and lift them up because we are interconnected more than ever before. So we're creating now a partzufa system. We're all together now. We're Am Echad in Lev Echad. We're one people, one heart. And we might see they're all different peoples, but everything works within a system, and there's a field of interconnectivity that we cannot see, but we can plug into these threads of energy that's coming and feeling, and it's in secular new age, it's called morphic fields, that we know that there are energies field. We're not just our bodies, we are energies field, that we can connect to the energy of other people just by our minds. And that is now becoming known, that the Kabbalists knew many thousands of years ago. What they knew then, they know now in new science, that we are all connected energetically. So there's 3 skills I want to teach you, is how to connect to an object, or today we're going to look on our hands and connect to our power of our hands for healing. And we're going to connect to holy places and tzaddikim and ask for their help. And then we're going to connect to a person, soldiers, your personal soldiers, or just in klal, in general, the soldiers, the hostages of anybody who knows anybody personally or in general. And Am Yisrael needs our tefillah now, because we're all our soldiers of light. We all need to be connected to Hashem more than ever. So the Baal Shem Tov, this is a picture of his tziyun in Mezibush, where I asked him there, when I was there in 2008, I asked the Baal Shem Tov, is there Jewish healing? Does it exist? And the answer I got was, first of all, I felt great light and great holiness from his gift. It was unbelievable spiritual elevation. And the answer I get, it doesn't matter what you do, Dahlia, as long as you love. So his whole being of Baal Shem Tov was to love others. He loved Hashem, as this beautiful lady, the mother of the hostages who freed. I forget her name, Nigeria, I don't remember her part. And the love of Hashem, love of Torah, and love of Am Yisrael. That's what he stood for. And by spreading the love and feeling the love for all Am Yisrael now is what our work is now, and feeling it. So we have to be very careful not to feel judgment anymore. Our work this week is not to judge. Every time I feel a negative judgment of somebody, I clip my fingers, I snap it. I say, no judgment. We need to connect to each other to be one people now. We need to feel one. So when you feel a negative thought, negative judgment, no, don't want it. Don't want it anymore. Gone. And that's what our work is now, very, very strongly. And we're going to connect to our hands now. And just now, I want you to just look at your hands. I'm going to see now. Okay, I want you to just look at your hands now. Really feel your hands. Just meditate on your hands now. Okay? And see how much energy and chayut they have. And they're full of wonderful gift. As I've always said, the koach of the hands, the power of hands, comes from the word in Hebrew koach, which is yad. Yad is hand, and that's 14, and yad is hand, 14, and two together are hand, and we can share it through our hands, through the wonderful blessings we give to each other for our children, Birkat HaKohanim and Birkat HaKohanim and the Bet Knesset. And we have in the parasha and Haftorah was when we of Elisha putting himself on the Shunammite's a woman's son who had passed away, and he brought him back to life. We do have a tradition of healing in our hands. It really does exist. It really does exist. So we're going to believe in our hands and look at them and see. And now I want you to see that I taught this last week, and I will review it with you now. Who was here last week? Is there? We're going to do this. Is that the 10 sfirot are positive affirmations on your 10 fingers. So you take your right thumb, which is Keter, and you say, Ein Milvado. There is no, Hashem is always with me in every moment. You take your, I'm going to do my mirror image, okay? Hashem is always with me every moment. And you look at your finger of your right hand in Chokhmah, Hashem Achad, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Achad. There's only one God who's the source of creation. And Chesed is Ahava. I love Hashem with all my heart, with all my soul, and all my might. As you can see, these are the right side of the 10 sfirot, which is the side of Chesed, Abraham, and Sarah. And Tiferet is the middle column, which is I am balanced and compassionate to myself. We need to be compassionate self. We don't always going to be connected. We're not always going to feel strong and emerge, and be very compassionate to yourself these days. Very compassionate. And though that we can be compassionate to other people who don't really have their act together at this moment, at this time. It's totally fine. And to feel that compassion which comes from your heart and to others. And the netzach is I persevere in overcoming these challenges. And we need to have lots of faith in Hashem, and I can have the faith of this. And then my left thumb is Bina. I understand that Hashem loves me more than I will ever understand and know. And Vua is the side of the left side, and that I have courage and strength now more than ever. And this is of Yitzchak, who was able to do Hakidat Yitzchak, and Rivka, who was also a symbol and could make boundaries. He wanted to separate Esav from Yaakov. She knew that Esav wasn't, and separating them and the different challenges. Hod, I'm grateful for my breath and my sense of the divine gift of every moment. And Yesod, I connect to the holy tzaddikim who give me strength and guidance. That's in the last fingers. I pray out to Hashem before any action for divine blessings. So these are our positive. I'm sending you again. These are we can energizing our hands with our positive fingers, and I'll go them over quickly one more time. Keter, Enod Milvado, Chochmah, Hashem Achad, Hashem is one. 3, I love Hashem with all my heart. 4, Tiferet, I am balanced and compassionate. Netzach, I persevere in these challenges. I have courage. The other finger, the other hand. I understand Hashem loves me more than I know. And I want strength. And the third is I am grateful for everything I have. And I'm connected to the tzaddikim. And the last is I am pray and believe in prayer before everything I do. So we're going to connect as a group. We're going to feel the connection to Yerushalayim, into the being a channel, and then we're going to receive any information that we know or feel energetically or intuition, that we get downloads of what we need to do or what you will receive if you merit it, information. And we just pray. If not, we just pray for Hashem to help and protect them, the soldiers. And next week we'll be doing rectification, tikkun, and chaos in the world now, and our role as tikkun, and a little bit about Pasha Toldot. So now I'm going to go back to, I think I'm going to stop the share. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, we'll do this after the questions. And I'm now going to do the meditation with you, and you need to see me a little bit. So we're going to place okay, everybody just, if you can just mute yourself. Okay.
No,
Mute
Dalia?
yourself. Yeah.
Dalia,
Yes.
I have a question. You asked if there are questions?
No, after we do the meditation, then I'll be questions, okay? Because I don't want to move it afterwards. I'll stop the recording, then there'll be questions. Okay, but do you have something urgent? You have a question? Okay,
Yes,
let me hear what
I
your
think
question is.
when you said left hand, we saw your right hand. You were using your right hand.
I
And
thought
when
I'm
you
a
said
mirror
right
image.
hand, pardon?
Okay. I thought I'm a mirror image. This is my left hand. But this is, and you're right. So just do it the right, what I'm saying right. The right now. To understand, we have two sides of our body. They're symmetrical. The right side, well, let's say the right side and the left side. I'm a mirror, okay? So we have two sides. And the right side is the male, the positive, and the negative, let's say, is the female, the receiving. Is the glua, the strength, the discipline. You would think it would the other way around, but it's not. Okay, we're very strong women. Okay, so we have two sides of us, and we're going to work on these two sides and understand it together. We're going to be breathing in this way. We're going to first start with holding our energy in our hands and feeling, closing your eyes and feeling the energy in your hands, and asking Hashem now. We're going to ask Hashem now in this meditation of Hitkashrut that we use our hands. Our kavanah is to use our hands as a channel for holiness, for light, and love of Hashem. So we can send it out to everybody who needs it, for our soldiers, our hostages, and for Am Yisrael. That is our kavanah for today. So I want you to take your two fingers, look at me now, your two fingers, and you're going to close one nostril. And you're going to breathe in one side, and you're going to hold it. And you're going to exhale out the other. These are alternative yoga breathing. And it's very common when you're under stress, okay? It's very common. So we're going to go close it with the nose. Hold. And open. Inhale. Close. Hold it. And open the other side. The air goes in. Close. And open. Okay, just close your eyes and do it 2 more times. Just feel the calmness coming as you breathe in Close and hold. And open one nostril. Breathe in. Close. And let go. Now place your hands on your lap right now, as we're going to do the two names of Hashem, which are the Yud and the Hey and the Vav and Hey, but there's two forces. The Yud and the Vav are the masculine. And we breathe in, and the Hey are the feminine of Hashem's name. So we're going to imagine inhaling with the Yo sound, Yo, and Ha, exhale, Ha, deep breath out as you exhale with a big Hasa. Breathe in, holy light, Yo, to your right side, and exhale. If anybody is not unmuted, please mute yourself so we can continue. We don't need to hear your breath. Okay. Take a deep inhale, Yo. Feel your body and your soul and your heart full of light. And we let go all the negativity and darkness. We breathe in light, Yo. And we let everything out. And we place our hands on our heart. As we're going to now, the right hand is Chesed and the left is Vua. So we always put our right hand on top of the left. We always want to be in Chesed mode. So we keep it there and open our hearts. And we're going to imagine the Yud in our head, our head is full of light with this divine light of Hashem, the first letter, and we relax our eyes and our mouth and our face with holy light. And we relax our thoughts and watch them just go, being in the present. If you think of the future or the past, we allow the Chokhmah consciousness, the expanded consciousness, to envelop us as we see the thoughts disappear like floating clouds, and we feel the space between one thought and the other. And we just go down to our head, to our shoulders, our arms, and feel this holy light from above, relaxing our shoulders and feeling this holy warm light through our arms to our hands. Relaxing our shoulders and hands with good holy energy. And the Vav is the channel, so from the top of your head down to the whole spine, you are a channel of light. You imagine this channel of light, and holiness pierce your heart, opening your heart full of light and love, tiferet, of compassion from yourself. And you feel now, remember a time when you felt love for a child, for a grandchild, for a spouse, for somebody in your family. a friend. Feel that love, just love in your heart. Let it radiate out completely from your heart, like rays of warm sun, as we feel our love for this person. Where are you? What do you see? What colors? What do you hear? Feel that love expanding beyond your body as a beautiful halo aura around you of loving energy. As you connect to the love as a channel of divine love for this person. And you bring this holy, loving energy down your legs, down to the final hay, around your belly. Place your hands on your belly, which is Yesod. Take a deep breath here. Expand your belly and exhale everything out. As your belly goes in, expand the deep breath. And the Yesod, as you exhale, is your connection, your Hitkashrut. We're going to connect to each other as holy women. We're going to connect to this field of energy between us, of Jewish holy women, descendants of Sarah and Rivka and Rachel and Leah. And we feel privileged to be connected to the Tzadkot now. And we feel that we and all the people who watch this video after are also connected in the future with us. We can choose and believe to be connected to everyone now. Feel the light and energy between us grow. Make it more intense. 1, 2, 3. Connect to each other as a holy Chavruta. And we will now connect to any tzaddik that you love, who is going to help you connect to your holy purpose. Would be Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Nachman, Arizal, anybody you feel, Rabbi Lubavitch, who you feel you want guidance now. Ask for the guidance of the tzaddik or tzaddikit, and hear his or her voice guiding you. And we go down, down to the legs for the final hay, to our feet. Eretz HaKodesh. We're privileged to live in Eretz HaKodesh. And we feel the holiness of the land. And we raise our hands over our head as we bless ourselves that we are going to be connecting now to the whole world of Asiyah, to the world of the minerals, of the gems, of this earth. We're going to connect to the beautiful flowers and trees of Eretz Yisrael. We've made this country bloom. We've made it grow what it never was before. And we connect to all the animals who teach us to sing Shirah. And we're connecting to all the people in Eretz Yisrael who need our help, who need our bracha. And we feel blessed that we live in Eretz Yisrael. Connect to Hashem's name and Keter. This is our Keter. This is our crown of our head with the holy name. Yud Kamatz, He Kamatz, Vav Kamatz, and He Kamatz. Yud Kamatz, He Kamatz, Vav Kamatz, and He Kamatz. As we stretch our hands up to the highest and bring it down to our lap, holding our hands, blessing and feeling the shefa, the abundance. As we climb up to the next word with the angels and see the holy name, Hey, which is the world of Asiyah, we travel up the Vav with the angels, 1, 2, the world of Yetzirah, 3, 4, and go up 5, 6 to the world of Briah, to where all the archangels are, and where all the tzaddikim are, where we feel and are praying for our salvation and are protecting us, to the world of Yud, of Atzilut, the holiest place where all is one, Hashem I, Ein Od Milvado, Hashem I. That I connect to Hashem's love for me. Hashem loves me more than I'll ever know. And I ask Hashem that I be a channel of His love for the Am Yisrael. And I want to be a channel for Hashem's holiness. I feel enveloped around me, through my heart, through my soul, through my body, this holy energy. As I raise up my fingers and my hands in front of my face facing outwards, with this powerful energy that we have connected to Hashem, we send it out to any person you know, any soldier you know, that needs your protection, like a Magen David. You send them out through your fingers, your holy fingers, and bless them with protection and help and guidance and love. Feel it come out your fingers to that special soldier you know. See his face. Feel your energy towards him. Love him. Now we're going to do it a klal for all the soldiers, for every one of them, from the north to the south, through every place in Israel. They're going through dangerous times and they need our protection of Hashem, and we will be channels of Hashem's protection. And we bless them with Yorechacha b'shmorecha, Ye'er Adonai panav alecha, Adonai panav alecha, Salacha, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. That they come back whole and safe and at peace. And we send this energy to the hostages who are so in darkness, that they all come back safe and whole. And we send our loving energy to all Am Yisrael in every corners of the world, on all of Israel, who are need love and protection. Choose and believe that you are connected to Hashem and you're passing your channel of this light and energy to them now. Choose and believe you are connected in giving this energy to all the soldiers and all the hostages and all the Am Yisrael now. Choose and believe that you have the capacity to be a channel of light and love and holiness. And make it stronger now, this energy, this light, even more stronger. We have a task to do. This is our work now, to bring healing to all Am Yisrael, to all the soldiers now. Prayers are effective, my dear lady. Prayers are effective. As you place your hands on your heart, your right on your left, feel your heart full of the love. And now is the time to make a private healing for yourself. Ask Hashem to heal you, to help you, to guide you now. Make your own private prayer now from your heart and soul. What do you want to ask from Hashem now? As we slowly come down with confidence that our prayers are effective and bring miracles, because we are people, the Allah Teva, above nature, always were and always will be. And the world is waiting for us to show them. Let us be a light unto the nation, with divine holiness and love and light. But count down from 10 to 1, very slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel your chest. Breathe deeply. Be grateful for every breath, that we are alive, that we have work to do, that we are Jewish holy women. Move your fingers, rub their hands together, feel the energy as you place them over your eyes. Heal your eyes, that we should see bsurot tovot, good things, miracles. As we open our eyes very slowly, whenever you're ready, take a few deep breaths. And open your eyes. Wonderful. Thank you for being. Don't go away. I'm going to be available for some questions, comments, and I will post this now on my YouTube later to all my friends around the world who need courage and inspiration from Jewish meditation. Hope to see you next week. Don't go away, anybody who's on the chat, but bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Don't